Clement Manyathela.
702. Let's walk the talk.
All right, let me bring in now, while we wait for Parliament. Remember, they have just taken a break for a couple of minutes, and when they come back, we'll take you back to hear what Cedric Nkabinde has had to say. Joining me now here in Boksburg is Dr. Michael Sutcliffe, who is chairing one of the commissions on social facilitation. He's a former city manager of the eThekwini municipality, a former chair of the municipal demarcation board. Dr. Sutcliffe, thank you so much for making time. Good morning.
Thanks, Clement. Lovely to be here.
What's the role of the Social Facilitation Commission in reducing construction site disruptions?
Well, if you could think of it, for many years, municipalities, when they have projects, particularly built in former township areas, you would have what's called a community liaison officer, someone who facilitates between the contractor and the community. That didn't happen at a national level. So on sites like Prasa's sites, people invaded it, then they go to try and contract, and then we had the emergence of the construction mafia, as it was called, where people go onto sites with guns and stop the delivery there. The social facilitation framework now is a policy that is developed by government to say, let's make sure that, number one, if someone wants to stop development that should be going on, they must be arrested and put in jail. We've had over 200 convictions already over the past year as a result of that. Number two, make sure that all of your development is community focused as well. So where we can employ people from local communities, employ them. Make sure that we're building their skills and capacity, because if they live in a community where you're building a library, they're going to look after that library. They're not going to let it to go to rack and ruin. You can't bring someone, let's say, from eThekwini to come and build a library in Soshanguve, for example, in Swani. So what this meeting is doing here is one of the commissions that I'm involved in facilitating there is about saying, how do we make sure that those partnerships between communities, between private sector, with government, with individuals, for example, how we can advance those. We cannot have a system where for 10 years we've spent billions of rands in one municipality on temporary toilets. People still don't have a proper toilet. Tens of billions of rands on water tankers. People still can't turn on a tap and get water. So how do we make sure that we get that delivery going? And certainly the President showed us this morning that if you look at the medium-term statement of yesterday, you look at what the Minister this morning from Public Works and Infrastructure was saying, what the President was saying, they said, actually, we have the money. We now must make sure that we have competent people able to deliver that without any of this corruption that we're listening to on a daily basis here. And now make sure, as I said before, that we don't want Gucci shops. We want proper development.
Absolutely. How do you build that trust, though, with the communities? Because I imagine that's very important in the work you do.
It's the simplest thing on earth. It's about being responsive to them. If they ask you why you're not doing X, Y, and Z, answer them. Even if it's an answer that they don't like, that you say, no, you can't do it because this has to happen. You can't build a house and expect water to be there unless you've already got the bulk services for water. Make sure that you respond to communities. All the work I do in local government, the two single things that come out, three single things, is poor leadership, non-responsiveness, and they're not transparent. They don't provide the information. Who's receiving the contracts? How much is the contract for? Where is it being delivered, etc. If you do those three things properly, you don't have a problem.
Oh, Dr. Michael Sutcliffe, thank you for quickly speaking to us, and all the best with the conference this morning. This is at the second annual National Construction Summit, and these are some of the conversations that will be taking place here.